welcome. So to start with, we will brown our chicken just to have a crispy taste to the chicken pilau. And I'll just put this on. You'll brown your chicken from at hot, very hot to medium heat. As you gradually reduce the heat, what we want to do is not necessarily overcook the chicken, but make sure it has a brown, it's browned, and give it a crispy taste. So as we're waiting for our oil to heat up, you should have all your items ready for convenience. So as the oil is getting heated up, like I said, I'd marinated the chicken. What you can do is the previous night, if you're making it for lunch, for example, you can have it removed from the fridge the previous night just to naturally defrost. Then you'd want to marinate your chicken in something flavorful so that it's also not flat. So you can put some salt. For me, I used lemon squeeze from lemon, chilies, black pepper. Whatever you do, you can just have very simple spices to go with it, but just to flavor your chicken. Okay. You position all your pieces carefully to fit into the non-stick pan. And non-stick because you don't want the pieces of the chicken skin to get stuck on the area or the items that you're using, your non-stick pan. So as you can see, our chicken is browning, and there's some parts of the chicken that are removing blood from some points. But that just means the chicken is getting ready. Like we said, you don't want it overly cooked, you just want it brown enough to be crispy. So I'll increase the heat a bit like I've done, just to speed up the process. So I think now, as you can see, it has browned well enough, it's crispy. The rest of it will cook in the main pot with our pilau. So I'll just switch this off. Drain out the chicken. So this is how it looks, and we'll just set it aside and prepare for the main pot. So for this, we'll start by putting enough oil, adequate oil for our pot. Once it's heated enough, we'll place our onions and the hoho to just fry and cook. Okay, so we'll pour them in. as they heat up, this is where we'll season our onions and our hoho. This is a very simple recipe, so we won't have any tomatoes involved, but we will use tomato paste at some point as we're cooking. So to begin with, I'll fry the onions with a bit of garlic, maybe 2 teaspoons to go. Also, I'll add 1 chicken cube. You can use a chicken cube of your choice. Next, I'll add a bit of salt, just a pinch of salt, chilies and black pepper to cook with the onions, just to season them with the hoho. And so far your pot will look like this. As your onions begin to get the translucent kind of color, you'll add this is danajera, garam masala and some garlic powder to go. Also, you should keep stirring to ensure that your spices are cooking evenly, and there's no, let's say if you poured your spices to one side of the pot, that it should cook evenly with the onions and the hoho. So I'll add some cumin seeds, crushed cumin seeds. There are people who prefer to use the normal cumin seeds, so it's to your preference. This is a very simple recipe that I prefer to use, but cumin seeds add flavor and just give the rice a bit of a different taste, a distinct taste. I'll add a bit of pilau masala, and this basically gives the pilau its brown color. There are people who ask what gives pilau its color. It's pilau masala, and as it begins to get ready, I'll add the pilau masala. These are about like 3 teaspoons of pilau masala that we will continue to gradually add. Now I cook my chicken pilau a bit different. I add the rice after washing it, of course. This is like I said at the beginning, 1.5 cups of rice. I pour this in to cook with the onions. And just get the taste of all the flavors and spices that we used. Don't worry, at some point we'll add the water, but to begin with I like to prepare my pilau with the onions and the hoho. So I'll add the rest of the cumin seeds, the crushed cumin. I'll also add the rest of the pilau masala. I'll add a bit more salt, but I'll do it when we add water. And so once it has cooked for a while, you will notice the rice is starting to brown, but that's because of the pilau masala as well as all the other spices that we have used. As you cook, clean up. That way you won't have so much work after. I'll add a bit more garlic when I add the chicken. I hope you can see how the chicken looks. It's brown, it's crispy, and we will add it to the main pot once the water level begins to drop. So I'll add a bit more garlic, just 1 teaspoon. I'll also add 1 teaspoon of tomato paste. And so we said we were using 1.5 cups of rice, and that's equivalent to 3 cups of water. So at this point in time, I'll add my water. Let it cook at medium heat. Cover it, but make sure you keep observing so that the water level decreases gradually. Reduce it to medium heat. Cover. Once the water level begins to reduce significantly, that's when we will add our chicken pieces, and then it'll be good to go. To dry up, then for serve. You can serve this. I serve this with guacamole on the side. It's a good meal to have for lunch or for dinner or when you have guests, and it's a simple meal that can be cooked within less than an hour. So we'll uncover our pot just to see the progress. And as you can see here, the rice is cooking well. There's still a bit of water, and since our chicken cooked to about medium rare, we're going to position our chicken pieces. I will also add a bit of pilau masala just to give the chicken that taste of the pilau masala. We'll also add salt at this point and a bit more water. I think that's enough. This is about a teaspoon of pilau masala. that's enough. Our rice is not dry yet, but I'd like it to cook with the chicken, so that's why I'll add about 3/4 cup of water. And let it cook at medium heat. How you know your chicken pilau is ready, or any sort of pilau in general, is when the rice is completely dry. It should not have any form of water or look like it's still a bit wet. So with that, we'll give it about 25 to 30 minutes at medium heat. It was at low heat. So now it's at medium heat, so 25 to 30, but we'll keep checking. A hack that I usually use, I don't put tomatoes because I feel like nyanya in pilau makes it a bit soggy because we want it very dry. So what I opt to use is the onions and the hoho, but I use tomato paste. So there are no tomatoes, but there's tomato paste, and generally tomato paste is much cheaper than, you know, buying a bag of tomatoes, or, you know, yeah. Another thing that we have used, there are some people who use garlic powder. So this is fresh garlic that has been blended and crushed and blended. So you can use fresh garlic for a better taste, because you know garlic powder, it has been manufactured, preserved, and it's not fresh. Then remember, for the chicken, the tip I give is when you start to see that it's removing blood, that's when you know it's getting ready. Imeanza kuiva. So you should leave it, just when you start seeing the blood, just give it a few more minutes, then now set it aside, because you don't want it to overcook. You don't want it to be already crispy. It should cook with the pilau. Now that our rice is ready, we're ready to present our meal, and so I'll just head over to plating. With me here, I have my plate, my serving spoon, and I'll show you a hack I use when I'm presenting my meals. Just put that aside. And something I had made earlier on as the food was getting ready is my guacamole, which I serve with my chicken pilau. In my guacamole is some lemon, onions, avocado of course, and some tomatoes. So we put that aside and we open our pot, which is still quite hot. Put that down there. Then, since we are plating, I'll serve as I put inside my plastic container. This is something that is usually, if I can just use the same spoon. Is usually done mostly at restaurants. As you receive your plate, So you just press onto the plastic container, then like that, quite neat. Then now I'll pick my chicken pieces. Place them on the side there. Like that. Then leave some space. Leave some space for our guacamole. And there you have it. So that's how it looks like. I hope you found this easy to make, just as I find it. It's a quick fix for your friends, for your family, for your loved ones. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name on social media is this girl Hilda. You can follow me for more recipes that I make, and yeah, we can interact there. Thank you so much.